You know, you have the right. You certainly do. We want to hear your point of view, but you don't do it in front of people. You don't raise your voice, and it's done in good faith. We don't want yes women. We don't want to just say we're going here, yes dear, yes dear, yes dear, because women have female intuition. You're the more social of the group. You often see things that we don't. That's why you're feminine, beautiful, and inspirational. Women have a muse effect on men, an ability to inspire. My grandmother was a guide stone for my grandfather, but she also trusted him. But you do it one to one. So if I say we're gonna move to Alaska, you can tell me, well, okay, I'm with you. That's most important. But here are my concerns. Don't know anybody in Alaska, the kids' school, this, that, such and so forth. All right, here's the plan. Here's what we're gonna do. Here's how that's gonna be taken care of. It's my job to lay it out in front of you so you can understand how to nest inside of the plan. I can't just come home and say, pack all our shit, we're going to Alaska. That's a bad leader. It's a bad leader because there's no way to nest in insecurity. Now, how do we take risks? I have to come to you and say, wife, okay, we have stable, we have we have cement floor, brick house, but it's small. In order to get more, I need to go over there where there's more competition and more opportunity. We're going to have to take one or two steps back, but I'm going to do the work required to give us 5 steps forward. I need you to support us while I do that. You're here for me, right? And then that's when you say, I'm here for you, but
here are my concerns.
All right, all right. Then I need to address your major concerns. And then say, all right, here's your major concerns. Everything ain't gonna be mapped out. All right, so we're gonna go there. Pretty workable for the most part.
Would you find that most men, generally speaking, most black men are good leaders in the true sense of the word? Like,
Well, I think that's a loaded question. I mean, it's kind of hard to be a good leader when 80% of us are raised by women. I think you get the leaders that you want. I mean, there's no reason to have so many fathers out of the household. See, you can't turn around and ask a man to be a Spartan when you raised him without his daddy in the household, around a bunch of, I don't need no man, this, that, and the third, and then all of a sudden you want him to be something he's never seen, never been modeled, never even been praised by the women around you, then you're shocked why you have no straw to make bricks with your current men.
but then, Kevin, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Because you're telling me those same men who are not the Spartans, and for valid reason, for whatever reason in their upbringing, they're not good leaders.
No, 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 no. I didn't say they're not good leaders.
Some of them. But you're telling me be agreeable, be cooperative when you know that their their past has been fairly flawed on the leadership aspect. So how do I trust the
no.
leadership?
I didn't say their past has been fairly flawed. I didn't say their past has been flawed. You put that in there. See, you asked me, do I think the average black man is a good leader? I said I think it's a disingenuous question because you're asking a group of men who have raised 80% women. But what I do know is, according to the numbers, especially when it comes to fathers, black men are the best, most involved fathers in the country, according to the CDC. That's why you have non-black women rushing in to get black men because we were raised in the matriarchy, because we are much more likely to listen to our women than other men who are raised in the patriarchy. But you're also going to have to learn how to be able to be more supportive of your men because we're so used to seeing in our black community black male leadership be questioned. So here's what you can't, here's what we can't do. We can't say, well, Kevin, do you think the average black man is a good leader? And then let's just go with the answer that I think your question, let's go with the answer I think you were kind of getting, but not so much. Then you can't get mad when you show up with a white one.
Okay.
Can't get mad when you show up with a white woman, and because if she wanted to bet on him, well, he may not be the best leader, but I like the way he rows my boat, and we're going down. So you can't get mad if you end up with a white woman, Hispanic woman, Middle Eastern woman. If she's like, I was willing to work with him, because that's the thing. Do you feel like the average black woman is really willing to work with a black man?
I don't think so, not generally. I think that the average black woman is programmed to protect ourselves and protect
Mm-hmm.
and to not trust.
And here's the thing, and that ends up with a group of men who would love to be with a woman to share their reflection, but they understand that those are the women that raised them, they're their sisters, their uncles, their aunties, and everything else. And at the end of the day, you it only makes sense for a black man to say, well, she's protecting her, doing what's best for her. As much as I would like to be with somebody that looks like her, she's not even somebody like this is not really even willing to give me the benefit of the doubt or work with me. So why should I turn down these women who are knocking at my door saying, hey, I'd like to? What where the average black woman is today, for whatever reason, is on the path to being alone. Because you remove black men out of the equation, what group of men is rushing to get you? Not in significant numbers. Huh?
Not many. You said the same thing. Not insignificant. No, not many.
So this is why ultimately come. This is why so many women don't like my program, because you say, well, it all comes down to women, because it does come down to you. It is going to take women talking to women, dealing with women's issues, and coming back to the men. And if you don't, you'll die alone. The men aren't going to die alone, because here's the reality. Um, let's just snap my fingers, and we're the same age. How old are you?
37.
37. So at 16, we were one thing. Then at 18, we were one thing. 21, we were another thing. At 25, you're at peak. But at 30, I'm starting to come to my own. 35, things will change. At 40, 45, 50. At 50, I can still turn around and marry a 28-year-old woman. At 50, you can have a fling with a 25-year-old man. A man has 3 different lifetimes. A woman has one. So women have to get the major parts of their life together sooner because of biology, because things start to be removed. If it's not fair, take it up with the creator. So the path of I need to take care of myself, do this, do that, so on and so forth, is leading so many women who have this mindset to be unfit for cooperation with a man long term. So I'm not happy where I see so many of our women over 40. It's just what's next? Because Hollywood will tell you to live your best life, girl, but you're not making that kind of money. This is why I think a lot of women are going to have to realize that we need to do something and make a pitch to our men, collectively and individually, to try to do something. Uh, for those of you who want something other than buy a dog and die alone, because men aren't going to be by themselves. I can tell you that men aren't going to be by themselves. Sadly, as much as we may want to see the rekindling of black families, that may be on the younger side. What about the people on the older side? I don't want to see a bunch of spinster black women living in retirement communities by themselves, but it's freedom. You can't make people do anything. People are free.
It's I think on average the average black woman really loves black men and vice versa. Black men are great, beautiful, some of the best fathers, like you said, fantastic men. So I find it strange that we are so misaligned and just can't get it right.
But the funny thing is, 54% of black men are single and childless. 61% are in the middle class. Over half of black men are locked out of fatherhood. So we hear black women say that, but then you're not reproducing with these men. 80% of black children are born out of wedlock. There's a 30% black marital rate, so roughly 84% of black men, 54% single and childless, 30% married, roughly 80% of children are made by roughly 16% of men. And are these the 16 Nobel laureates? And making kids with.
Fair enough.
So
It's depressing.
what's not depressing? What's not depressing? What's depressing is continuing to act like there's nothing wrong. You gotta deal with the facts, the data, the reality, the statistics, and then decide to say, here's what's out here. What am I gonna do about it? Here's the numbers, then what am I gonna do about it? I think the first step to solving any problem is admitting there is one. So we gotta deal with reality. And then choices can be made after you deal with what's there. But living life like there's no problem, that's depressing. Appreciate it, sis.
Thank you.
Bye bye.